them out, bring them out. Bring 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 them out, bring them out.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. The ball is teed up, and with the boots, the NFL postseason has officially begun. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Achane again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know this is normally a passing situation on your 3rd down chart, but not unheard of to see an offense keep it on the ground and try to get the first run in it. In this case, well, it's clear that going to the air would have been a better decision. That defense was dialed in to make that stop.
Tagovailoa throwing on 4th. His first throw is an interception. That's Jordan Lewis. And the Jaguars get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate, in this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth. Who's going to respond next? Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Escapes out to the left. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Smith on 4th down. That's cut beyond the marker. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First down, Smith to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jordan Brooks comes up with it. And the Dolphins are stopped a little beyond the 10-yard line on the return. Well, Brock, they get an early opportunity here inside the red zone, but nothing comes of it after that interception.
Yeah, no question, Kate. You expect that this won't be their last chance or the last time they get in the red zone. This will, or at least should, be the last chance that it ends in a pick. They're going to take that Microsoft Surface tablet. Everybody is. They're going to pull that play up, and most important, they're going to try to identify what happened so it doesn't happen again.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. They'll stick with A-Chain, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami. Staying on the ground here with A-Chan. Crosses midfield, still going. And he has this all the way across to the opposing 45. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. A-Chain running to the right. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Ventrell Miller making that play. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Taken in by Smith. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Here's A-Chain running right. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here's 2nd and 14. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive.
Intercepted by the Jaguars. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, it's Smith. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He beams one deep right side. Big gain downfield. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the 1st. Shotgun snap to Smith. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. After the sack, another pass on second down. Able to find Strange here. And this is pushed ahead for a gain. That was a Fatu Melifonwu there to make the play.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Third and long for him here. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. They're going for this. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. And a surprising fourth down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Nick Bosa makes the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. We've reached the end of one in this opening round of the AFC playoffs. A couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They've got 2nd and 7 to start. Tua off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. This is caught by Jalen Waddle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin.
All right, come on.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Running left, here's A-Chain. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
He takes it himself. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
3rd and just 2 to go. Trying to pick it up here with A-Chan. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Trying for it, it's A-Chan. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs. They'll run here on first down. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Stopped by Chop Robinson. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. They give it to him again. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Hit applied by Bradley Chubb. Only a yard on the play. An improvement on their last one, but that brings up 3rd and 9. Putting a receiver in motion. Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On their own end zone, and he gets it away. And this one will be down inside the 30. Wow, outstanding field position. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
21G.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Flush down out to his left. And this one does not go far.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
2nd and 8. Escapes the puck, fights off the tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Aubrey puts it through, and they're on the board.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one hits for 30. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
Hey, forget about it. Forget 1st down. For a moment, they were thinking touchdown on that play. What a time to deliver a breakaway run. And that puts a ton of momentum on their side for the next snap.
Smith on 1st down. Hits his running back. And he's taken down at the 30. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. And it's the Jaguars looking at 1st and 10. From the gun, Smith. He's got a man left. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. He's on the move. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. 1st and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Jaguars return the interception close to the red zone. He's stopped inside the 25. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
Here's a give up the middle, and he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
From the 18 on 2nd down. Rolling left, buying some time. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Smith back to throw. They get him yet again. Jordan Brooks comes up with it. And the Dolphins bring it all the way back inside the red zone before he's finally hauled down.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
Handoff running left, H.A. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came in.
And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins grow their lead just before halftime. Jason Sanders to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins make it a 10-point ball game. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Here's Parker Washington with the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. They've got a man in motion. First and 10 now. Here's Smith. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Tight end going in motion here. Second and 10. Again, it's Smith. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up fourth. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. So it seems like either way they were getting a fourth down here, but this way cost them some extra yardage too.
Hey, I get you want to avoid a possible turnover by forcing it down the field, but it's really hard to find a scenario where 10 yards and a loss of downs is the better outcome.
Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. That one scored as a massive 67-yard effort. And they'll have a chance to run one play before time expires. He'll throw it. He's throwing deep to the left side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. With this kick, we're back underway, a spot in the divisional round on the line. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Smith in the pistol. Hits him on the out route. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. It's Cater Kohu up to make that play.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Back to the well again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense in the hurry up here. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Running back sent in motion. Smith on 4th down. He's got it to his running back. It's a race down the right side. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Cam Little to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars cut it to a field goal game. Raleigh set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. begins with a run by Achane. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Here's 2nd and 11. That's caught, Devon Achane. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
3rd down run from Achane. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Achane, a 1st down carry. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there, and he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
On play action now, Wilson bails out of the pocket quick. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
Running back sent in motion left. From the 26 on 2nd down. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins push their lead further to start the half. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Smith. Getting out to his left. Bouncing football. Oh, the fumble jumps out of bounds. What a break there for the offense.
You know what? This game is hard. So sometimes catching a break or two in just the right circumstances is a big deal. Sideline could be your best friend as a runner. Because you lose the ball next to it, there's a good chance it could go harmlessly out of bounds.
from the 38. That pass caught by Strange. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They'll motion him out of the backfield. First down, Smith to throw. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, and they pick him off again! Picked off by Kader Kohu. And the Dolphins have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return from a defense that sensed they needed the big play, and they found it.
44, ready.
Trying to run it in, Achane. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
A tight end in motion now. One quarter to go, Brock, and we'll see who can earn the wild card win. The Dolphins have it and just have to close this out to continue on in the playoffs. Still lined up at the 6. Here's 2nd and goal. Trying again with Achane. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. It's 4 yards on the play, Brock, and now we've got ourselves a 4th and goal. Jason Sanders leading the Dolphins field goal unit out. This is a chip shot from the left hash.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. Touchdown to field goal's not going to get it done anymore.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
And he'll get it up to the 44.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Smith. Has him on the quick hitter. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Smith on third and short. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Miami calls a timeout here. It's second. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. He finds him beyond the marker. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They hit for 16 yards on fourth down, and a drive we all thought had stalled out is going to carry on.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And again, it's Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense up to the line fast. After the sack, another pass on second down. Looking right, and he finds him. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Throwing on third, Smith. Throwing deep towards the end zone. They connect on the deep shot. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars now within one score in the fourth. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Jaguars get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Tua now from the gun. Pulled in by Waddle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Second down carry for Achane. And that hit stops him in his tracks. Working quickly here. Back to throw it. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up fourth down.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. In third and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass, and a fourth down instead.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Looking to throw. He connects downfield on fourth. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a fourth down gamble. It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Dolphins leading by 6. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's a handoff for A-Chain. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles. Well, they stuffed the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's second. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. They'll stick with A-Chain. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
A split second, all to keep the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
The defense takes its third and final timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. First down, and they go right back to him. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. A-Chain again. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. A touchdown will put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Staying on the ground here with A-Chain. Has the Miami touchdown. The Dolphins stretch into a 2-score game in the 4th. Devon A-Chain with the touchdown. Well, that one might not sit so well with everybody down on the field. Heck, maybe some of his own guys, too. But he had a chance at a touchdown as time expired, Brock, and it was just too much for him to resist.
Yeah, it probably will ruffle some of the older school feathers down on the sidelines. But for a lot of the guys coming into this league each year, they're used to it. If there's time left, if you're trying to score, you're going to want to eat, no matter what the game situation is, and they used every last second available.
And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Dolphins